Welcome to Caffeine and Creative, where Pat and Mo from Greer Films brew up raw conversations about life behind the camera, storytelling, and navigating the ups and downs of running a creative business. With a blend of caffeine-fueled banter, behind-the-scenes insights, and plenty of laughs, we're here to connect, inspire, and keep it real. Whether you're a business owner, creative soul, or just here for the stories, grab your coffee and join us for some unfiltered fun.
Well, welcome. Feels a bit weird actually being back in the studio for myself.
Yep.
It's been a while since I've been up here. We've had lots of challenges and winter and sick kids and sick me and just really not feeling it at points. I'll be honest, I had a little bit of burnout. So
it's been hitting everyone though.
Yeah, it's been very much the season, or lots of people I'm talking to are having some form of serious challenges at the moment. So at least I'm not alone.
Yes,
but
that's right.
It sucks, but I'm glad we've come through that and happy to be back.
Yeah.
So thanks for having me.
Yeah, hopefully the recording's like picking up the odd sounds that seem to be going on right now in this room.
Our mezzanine seems to be making a bit of noise at the moment.
There's some large birds on the roof or something. I don't know what's going on.
So, and hopefully this episode's in focus, maybe?
Yeah, so disclaimer for those who may not have seen it, the previous episode, although I did all the same steps that I normally do to, set the camera up and all that sort of jazz, and swear it was in focus and on autofocus at the very least. But went back to pull the footage up and was waiting for it to come into focus and it never did. So I was like, oh my God, how did that happen? So, but it was interesting because then when I came back to it, a few days later, because we came up with the idea of doing an animation for one of the reels for the episode, which Kendall from our crew jumped on, and we did a little behind scenes of it even being done. And I quickly voiced over something like 5 minutes before I had to pick up the boys, because otherwise I wasn't going to be back in time. It was at the end of the week and the crew was then gone, so it sort of had to happen then and there. So that was interesting to do. But yeah, when I then came back to it, I realized that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And I was like, I can actually probably we can still run with it and just put a little sort of, there's captions throughout it sort of thing saying, don't adjust your eyes, don't adjust your screen. It is the camera. It is a little bit out of focus. Okay, I didn't know that. That's awesome. But it was really great to, even though I wasn't here, so we recorded and it's sort of like that week I went downhill and lots of other things sort of happened. But, and trying to not really stay focused on that. But it was really great to see you and the crew really rally. Yes, we couldn't put something together, but we wanted a reel. So Kendall jumped and created the animation in a very short period of time. And like you said, you had to record something, and we're trying to use less pressure language here, but it was I either have to do it or it's not going to get done. Correct. And we wanted that post to go up on whatever day of our schedule was, because no different to probably this one, we're going to have to turn the recordings around quite quickly, because we missed our recording day, my fault. But, it's what we do. And it was amazing to, even though I had a crappy month, I had faith and trust in you and the crew that at the end of the day, we were going to deliver what we needed to deliver. And I'm very thankful and grateful to you guys for that. And I think it's, it's a kind of a fun lesson learned that, and take this on board for anyone who's listening where, something doesn't go 100% correct, but it's still somewhat salvageable and usable, but then also a solution for the other piece of content that sort of then sort of comes from that. How do you then now do that? Well, it's okay, we came up with a different solution for that, but then at the same time, let's show how how we got to that solution. So we ended up with, you know,
Multiple
a bonus
pieces.
piece of content because we were like, well, let's show the behind scenes of how we've got to do this then as well.
Well, and now I've also then had people reach out to me asking me about the similar content.
Yep.
So they're wanting that sort of animation now for their business.
Yeah.
So it was a bit like, oh,
Yeah.
Kendall got to have some fun and a bit of play, and what I've always wanted is that then things sort of progress and not multiply, but
Yeah.
they germinate and come from that.
Yeah.
That's such an agriculture.
Well, but and without that intention being
Correct.
the objective either.
No, that's right. That was definitely not the objective. So, and then we've had quite a lot of photography gigs lately. What's been happening?
Yeah, so it's been fun being able to, you know, have those jobs where we just get to do photos and only focus on photos. So I always enjoy that. And, you know, we, as some of you may know, we have a studio. This is where we're recording our podcasts. This is upstairs in our studio in our audio room.
In the
Or
cold,
the blue room, we used to call it.
Well,
You can't see the blue. There's a blue wall there.
and a blue roof, and
Yeah.
everything else is blue except for the one wall that you guys get to see. But
Yeah, it's because there's a TV there behind the camera. You can't really
That's
film with the TV. So
well, we could always
you
shift
could,
it up.
yeah. But yeah, so we have a Sakurama downstairs, which we use for shoots, and we had this lovely girl who actually took a headshot some time ago at a LinkedIn headshot sort of set up for the university here. And so she was one of those participants that took advantage of that and got a headshot and reached back out to do her graduation photo shoot, more or less, of her and her friends or peers in her class. And she gave me sort of, you know, the inspiration images that they were aiming for, and it was 100% achievable. And, you know, we picked some colours of our backdrop and splashed some colour light into the space and used just the white itself. And, you know, they had different outfits that they set up and some props and stuff. And, yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was really cool. So
What did they graduate from? Do you know?
I think it was nursing.
Oh, wow.
I
cool.
believe so, yeah. I could be wrong. I didn't actually ask, to be honest. I was focused on the creative and making sure that they were having a good time, which they did. And they had, you know, I think one of the girls' boyfriends came along and one of the other girls' friends sort of was there as well. So, yeah, it was a bit of a fun time for everyone. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And you obviously enjoyed because you've got quite a big smile.
Yeah, it was lots of fun. So, you know, they had the graduation caps or whatever. So, you know, we had a few takes at that, trying to get that to be thrown in the air. And so that was pretty fun trying to get that to work. And then sort of as we were wrapping up the shoot, I thought, hey, let's do like a cool sort of sitting one, a relaxed sort of chill one. And when I threw all the props on the floor, and we had the yellow backdrop down at the time. And that was actually the first pick of their selections of their 5 photos in the end was that one, which was the very last photo we took, really. And it was cool. So, yeah, just sort of trying to get them to sit a certain way and just splash the different, because we had, you know, they had like a syringe and they had gloves and, you know, different bits and bobs from, you know, that would be props for nursing. So, yeah.
That's really cool.
It was fun. So
nice. And I don't know if anyone's actually picked up, but we're both wearing our hoodies today because we're a bit cold today.
Yeah.
Bathurst has been miserable on and off the last few weeks. And with that, you've actually also been covering some sport thanks to Bathurst High Astley Cup here in town.
So Astley Cup was, you know, well, depending on when you hear this or watch this, it was at the end of June, and that's 2 days, 2 full days of sport, and it's how many different sports? 7 or 8 different sports. I think I counted the other day.
Every time we're like, it's 6. No,
yeah, basketball, netball, hockey, tennis, football, soccer times 2 because it's boys and girls, and then debating and athletics. So there you go, 9. That's everything, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, so bit of indoor, bit of outdoor. The weather actually came out to be really good in the end.
That's right. It rained. It rained really bad the day before, didn't it? That's right.
Yeah. So we had pretty good weather. It was still cold.
Not cold like today.
Layers and gloves and stuff, but once we were moving around a fair bit and the sun was consistently out, you stayed pretty warm. The grounds were wet and stuff like that. But the Friday morning started with tennis, and the courts were a little bit icy, so that was interesting. Going back from being down at the footy fields on the first day to then racing up to the school to get the debating team for the Mulvey Cup. So then going from outside in that cold to then warm, dark theatre room, and then going back out after that. So a bit of fun adapting to do all that. But we got some really good stuff. There's a combination of photos and videos. Obviously, there'll be a highlight video that we do every year for it. Just the home round this year round, we'll be doing just when they play in Bathurst moving forward. So it cuts down a lot of the content because, man, you end up with so much.
Sport for choice.
Sport for choice, which is it's good, and we were. Jeremy and I, we did have every intention to have some sequences, some unique different sequences or editing ideas, prior to the shoot, which we kind of did, but not as well planned out as probably the previous year where we had like this transition of the ball being passed between different sports and stuff. So that was really cool. It's certain coordination to make sure that we got that. We had to find a certain person in each team, and then we needed to be time efficient because it's it is a very one sport to the next and some overlay, and you've got to travel, and so it can be a bit stressful on everybody. Making sure everyone's ready, and these kids and coaches and stuff are they take it pretty seriously, so we don't want to be taking it away from their warm-ups and things like that, so you got to be really strategic on how to time it all. So this year we sort of just came up with some ideas on the go. Some will work, some didn't at all. We'll see how we go, more or less.
So because obviously now we've been covering the Astley Cup for Bathurst quite a few years now. Did you guys, I know that you've said that you didn't get to sit down and plan the sequences maybe as much as the year before, probably because we had to cover a home round and an away round.
Yeah.
How do you guys keep it fresh? How do you keep the visuals fresh? I know that you were editing last night. And you thrive in that space, but try and explain, how do you keep it fresh?
Well, I guess keeping it fresh, it does come, and it's the same conversation that Jeremy and I had, was, making sure that we are doing things differently. So it's not the same thing rehashed, I suppose. And that's why, I guess last year, as an example, we introduced that transition part, and we had some other like first person view stuff with GoPro and things like that. So we obviously, we weren't going to redo any of that for starters. So that idea had been used and can't be recycled. So mindful of that. But yeah, just sort of, Jeremy also has come a lot further since that time. So, sort of just enabling his creativity on the go to really hopefully be, flourish in the edit. And ultimately, I'm thinking in terms of the shoot themselves, not doing much different. Just trying to get those hero shots, trying to get the action, trying to make sure most faces and all teams are covered. So everyone sort of gets some sort of highlight to whether it's a photo or whether they make the video. Either way. So in terms of that approach, not much different. Using, it's probably only the second year around now since sort of using some of that gear, I suppose, too. So that's a little bit different. We put a GoPro in the goals for the hockey, which then as soon as we did that, they got all these goals. So that worked out pretty well. So we'll incorporate that.
I personally cannot wait to see that.
Yeah. So it should be cool. And I guess from a photo perspective, incorporating some black and white edits for the first time, and I can't remember the last time I used black and white for anything. So I thought, because I seen some recently in a sports and photography Facebook group that I look at all the time, and someone put in these really raw, awesome looking black and white sort of, well, I guess it was kind of more sepia look, but and it was like rugby union or something, and I don't know what lens that guy was using, but it was insanely tight, the shots. But it was just that rawness of black and white, and I was like, oh, cool. And just going through the color palettes of how I wanted the edits to look, and some of the lighting was just making some looks really challenging, and I just thought, well, this is like a hero shot because I've purposely framed this footy player as he's sort of watching the play. You know, you can't see anything else, and you know that's the kind of shots I like to grab as well. And rather than just making it look like all the other photos when it technically doesn't, you know, what can I do to
push it?
So then I thought, hey, black and white.
Nice.
So
that's why you started playing with the black and white.
It is, yeah. So once I did that, I then sort of was like, okay, now I'll just float through all the photos because there's still a buckload of them to do. You know, find those type of shots or other wide shots that I had of just the field or whatever it was as well, and be like, those are going to be black and white. Like that's how I'll segregate them.
Yep, flesh them out. Yeah, nice. That's really cool. Do you think that you're going to play with black and white a bit more where you can? Like, do you have, has it sparked a fun project?
Haven't thought that far ahead yet. It's probably a good idea though. Maybe like a bit of a black and white series of something. Yeah. Yeah. Even go back to some older photos or something and just
see what you could do with them.
See what they look like.
Well, we have to do my shoot. That would be nice. My Australia shoot. That would be cool.
Yes, we will.
When it's a bit warmer, please. But
put 2 heaters down in the space and then you'll be right.
Well, there's only T-shirts. I don't have anything else to go with it.
We'll do it quick.
And have you done much more toy photography with the kids since we spoke?
Yes. Yeah. So when you went and played, where were you?
I don't know.
No, I think it was, you were playing Premier League.
That was only last weekend.
Oh, no, that was a home. Oh, I don't know.
Maybe it was just a home round.
I don't know.
It
was a very long weekend of hockey, and I believe it, throughout most of the day on one day, all the kids sort of just keeping them inside because it's, everyone's got sniffy noses and, it's cold and horrible outside. And as much as I want to do some photos outside, it's like, nah, we're just not going to do that. And I've been using this certain, I guess, photo bay, I suppose, in our lounge room. And so it's literally just like a big black board with then, which I think is what is that backdrop? I think it's from...
Which, the black one?
Yeah.
The black with... It doesn't have the holes?
Yeah, it's got the holes.
Oh, the holes? That came from Brad.
No, not that one. They're smaller. It's almost like I think it's from a pack of something, like some piece of furniture or something that we never did anything with.
I think it was a piece that came with the kitchen downstairs.
Yes.
And we went to put it on and we just went, actually, it doesn't really now work because it was an IKEA flat pack.
Yeah.
And I just went, this doesn't work, and it's just ended up in your stuff.
So was it like, I don't know, aluminium or something? I don't know.
Very thin?
Yeah, it's very thin, but it has like a couple little holes that you can peek light through. So I've been using that a lot lately, especially for like transformer photos and stuff, because I thought it's kind of like futuristic looking.
Because I think they're the bend points.
Yeah, that's where you're meant to bend it.
That's where you're meant to bend it to
so
make
it's something completely random that's being used for what it's not meant to be used for, but that's where good ideas come from, I suppose, is adapting things to innovate other things to be something else, especially in this world of photography and stuff. So, and I just had the fun of just I've seen a lot lately on a couple different photographers that I follow on my Instagram. Where they've just been doing like fun mashups of characters and stuff. So all different. Right. So it might be like all red, like I showed you that one a little while ago where it was like all these red characters and then there was, all different random ones from like Mario to Pokemon to then like Master Chief and just like all these just different random ones, big collage images. And I thought, hey, I could do something like that. Let's have a bit of fun with that. And just started doing it. And then John came over and I was like, come on, mate, like let's let's do a display. And like, he loves that sort of stuff, and we'll do it for a photo. Like, oh, I didn't think I had the camera there, but it's just like, let's just do it. We'll build it. And then when we have the camera, I'll then take the photo. But that was kind of the,
inspiration.
Well, I mean, the goal was to take a photo, but the main activity and the enjoyment came from just us playing together and building the scene and putting characters in places and hearing how John wanted to put something somewhere and posing a certain one. And then I was like, let's bundle colors together so they're sort of like stacked in threes, and it was fun.
Excuse me, I'm so out of practice. And then, because I've noticed that they've been down at the photo bay playing again.
They have. They've been setting up their own one, the two of them.
So I think
it doesn't look nearly as polished.
No, but I still think it'd be fun to do some photos with them. And we've talked. The crew really came up with the idea of the kids doing a reaction video. So being in this sort of setup and reacting to a couple of videos and stuff. I would really like us to do that over the school holidays.
For sure.
Because Friday.
Yeah, commentary or reaction by
whatever
Greer kids.
Yeah, the OG Greers, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should actually do that in the next, because they'll be underfoot for the next 2.5 weeks.
What a better opportunity, right?
Mm-hmm. Sure. Extra juggle, extra challenge. Can't wait.
Yeah.
I just wanted to warm up, to be honest.
But yeah, otherwise it's been fun. I've been having some fun with trying to focus on some Transformer stuff lately in terms of the toy photography. So
yeah, some of those edits have been crazy.
Yeah. So there was a Soundwave one that I did, and hopefully when I say in Soundwave, most people know what I'm talking about. So he's the Decepticon tape character.
Something that I'd be like, who?
Yeah. Well, I mean, most people who like Transformers, he's up there in terms of favorite characters. So most people know who Soundwave are. But so, he has his old cassette tape, and in robot form, he has the chest piece that then the tapes come out and they transform as well. So I thought, a really cool pose would be, sort of shooting down onto him, and he's got his cassette open, and, the cassettes are coming out. So that was the shot I wanted to do. And I sort of, bit of Photoshop magic and, layering images. I basically had Laserbeak already on a stand, so that was sort of framed already in the shot on a stand, sort of like, because he sit quite nicely on a flight stand that I had, and then I used like a barbecue skewer, which does get used for some stands when they balance properly, but it was just a spare one I had, and I literally just got the tape itself and just wedged it into the middle of the tape, and just sort of like, so imagine this is the camera, and I am just like trying to get the angle right and make sure it's not spinning around at the same time, and because I wanted it to look like it was in midair coming out. So it came out pretty cool, I thought. So yeah, it was fun.
Hopefully you'll drop a couple into this conversation so everyone can see and remind everyone that we have another channel that Pat has where all his I can't English right now. Where all his fun toy photography is.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, really had to think about that. You should. Oh, just taking a moment. Because I've got Soundwave.
You have the Linkin Park Soundwave.
The Linkin Park one. So he's all gold, and it's kind of cool in my Linkin Park display.
Totally. Yeah.
Wish my display was bigger sometimes, but that's fun.
Yeah, it's fun cramming it all in.
Oh, it's because it's got all. I didn't realise the
framing on the doors.
Well, not so much even that, but the box that you got me, like it has all the albums as vinyls.
Oh, the anniversary collectors set
so it's
thing.
like there's posters in there, there's vinyls in there, there's all this stuff in there, and you're just like, oh my God.
I probably should look through that and see if there's one of those you want to donate to the game room when we build it. Frame it nicely.
I'll think about it. I might just leave it out in my part.
Put it somewhere. Yeah.
Try and put something out.
Let them breathe air.
Breathe and
people see them.
Be seen. Well, it's like I'm pretty sure there's even a couple of CDs in there.
Yep.
Like, oh yeah. I love it. It's great. I'm just thinking about how much Linkin Park I've been listening to.
Just all staying together at least, you know.
Oh yeah, I know where it all is.
Yeah.
It hasn't gone walkabout. And because obviously we then got the pop from...
Cosventure.
Yeah, no, but it's the Hybrid
Theory. Yeah,
album. So it just suits. It's just perfect.
It does.
Just, woo.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're getting a little bit off track.
Not really. There is no track.
There is. Well, there's a slight track. So you've put down the time lapse. I swear we talked about that in the last one.
Oh, did we?
I don't know. I kind of feel like we did because it was very fresh.
Yeah. You might be right. That's all right.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
We could skip over that.
It's just more that we did it.
Having a think about, you know, some of those unique sort of jobs that we'd done, and, you know, one of them was that time lapse where it was recording from February all the way through till
it's really noisy in here right now.
Yeah, something's going on. So it's like inside the wall or something. So it was recording over a fair few weeks. What was it, like 12, 16 something weeks, or was it more than that?
I remember what I typed. I think it was 16.
16 is coming to mind. So 16 weeks, and there was a few disruptions throughout it. So I had to sort of, modify the edit. So there are some days missing, I suppose, from the camera getting knocked and things like that.
But with that, like, because you did a great job and we delivered and it's great, has it sparked an idea for you to do a 16-week time lapse in another capacity? Because have you even done the Rockley one? Did you release that?
I didn't do anything with it per se. I revisited it recently and did tell your dad that I'd actually wanted to send it into the group, but it was too big of a file to put it in there. So I'd have to try and but it's just a backyard and it's nothing overly exciting. Like, your dad would appreciate it because it's his property, but
but we will as well. I think it should go up on YouTube, and I don't know, like, you get so many of those.
I did fine tune it more
music
where you can't see, like, as the sun sort of comes down and comes up, so that window of time where it's dark, and it was like you could see the noise in the image. I modified it perfectly where it was just a seamless transition between the days.
Yeah, cool.
So
did you see that lightning
I'll have to show you. I forgot that I did it. You haven't been here, so
no, sorry. But yeah, like, I don't know, find some music and just put it with it and just
good point.
Like, there's so many, like, because I'm one of those old school people who doesn't listen to Spotify, and I use YouTube, and I discover great long listening tracks or whatever to work to or whatever, and, like, it's enjoyable. Like, I don't know.
Well, I think I cut it back down to like I reduced it so it was quite short. But it could still be a short track, like, whatever. So, but it's just interesting. But going back to your question, no, I haven't.
So
I think there's some, ideally, there's locations like around town that we could safely secure the camera and have it, just capturing the elements of around here throughout a consecutive period of time. Like, that's so cold. That's kind of what I think would be impactful and interesting.
Well, funny, because then I go, I'd really like to see us do a tiki of, like, Saturdays at the hockey.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Like, just the Saturdays or Sundays, but Saturdays maybe only because they're the busier days. Especially, you could actually do the carnival, the Masters Carnival. So from the Wednesday
lots of bodies there.
To the Sunday. I can't remember if it's 120 teams.
Whoa. That's insane.
That is insane, right? Like, so we have...
Where are all those people going to park?
Hence part of the problem.
Wow.
A lot of buses.
Yeah.
And then we can't let them come into certain parts of the car park, which is just going to be another fun element.
Wow.
But because we will have... And if we can get it... Like, I'm wondering if you could put it, like, almost up on the tower, because that's the highest point without it being on a light.
That's what I was thinking, like, where would it go that's going to get the best results?
I think, like, it'd just be worth having we've got just a month to work it out.
Or something so it doesn't fall.
Well, yeah, we'll work it out. But it would be really interesting because, like, so many people don't realise that we have all those other hockey fields. So it's not going to be just 3 turfs running.
Right.
We're going to have...
Like the actual grass out.
Yeah, I think
where they play touch and stuff.
I can't remember if it's 6 more fields or 5.
Wow.
And there'll be all the grass ones.
Yeah.
But all those people...
That'd be interesting.
It's going to be so cold. This happens every time we have it. It ends up freezing cold.
Yeah.
And we were reminiscing at one of the meetings actually about like when it was last and stuff. And I was like, 2019. Do you want to know why I remember it was 2019?
Because it snowed.
No, actually. Mum snapped her Achilles and I was walking around with Lucas in the harness like all day.
Yeah. Yep.
Because, he was born in March and we're in August by the time the carnival comes around. And, I had him in the harness. I think you had John the days. And, I just...
There you go. I think I remember a selfie photo of that. Actually.
Yeah, there's quite a few. And that was then essentially the year I got into coaching, the year after I got approached by a hockey club.
Yeah.
And that's where it just snowballed to 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, then, let's do that for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't get a full state. They don't do full states very often because there's not a lot of locations that can have that many teams in one go. So, it would be really interesting. Like, yes, hockey benefits from the content, but from us, it would just be really great to play with your equipment and then just to have that many people. Like, like, well, what's that? 120 teams times, let's say 10 people.
Over 1,000 people. Wow.
For for 4 days or whatever.
Yeah.
But then that doesn't, like, that's 10 people.
So they have
each team is actually like 16.
Is it like, like Corey Knockout style where they had all the tents everywhere and all that sort of stuff?
Yeah, so we're there, because I'm on the committee and I know all the inside details. We're organising like a marquee or marquees and they're creating like a food hall and...
Yeah, nice.
They've reached out to...
Like merchandise and stuff or...
Yeah, Just Hockey's coming. Yep. So they come out from Sydney and, when you walk in, you've got all that grass area to the right under the tree. They take over that whole space.
I think I kind of remember that actually.
Including the path it's taken. Apparently they're even bringing goalkeeper stuff this year.
Yep.
Just, food for thought. And just in case.
Discounts?
Well, you can try and push them. And then, so we have Just Hockey come out. And then also we've reached out, the Masters Committee has reached out to a couple of bodies to run like a barbecue or a coffee machine or whatever. And
Lions Club maybe could get in on it.
I stayed out of it.
Let them organise it.
Yeah, they've organised it. I do enough.
Yeah, cool.
If they wanted any recommendations, I would have given them, but they had it fairly well.
Yeah, or some of those. So but you wouldn't have like street food setups, would you? Or
well, not exactly. Kind of.
Yeah.
However, based on people who are listening who don't know hockey, it's a big footprint.
Yeah.
So that tree line.
Yeah.
Like there's going to be fields on the other side of that tree line.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think they were recommending that anyone who had a generator would go over there.
Yeah. Right.
Because power is going to be a bit of a problem. Oh well. Not a problem. It's just a hurdle that you've got to overcome. And council has been amazing with their donations as well. I think we're getting extra toilets. Get a...
That's good.
Porta...
Yeah.
Cute, it's not just porta toilets, but it's
cubicle,
like a big thing.
Well, yeah, it's like a...
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure they donated
not just
that.
Standalone.
No, not just one. Yeah, there's... however that works, but I think they've donated that for us this year as well, which is massive. So many people.
Oh.
It's like the little logistics that you don't think of. But I'd love for you to play with the camera a bit more. So have a play there and then we should have a think about where else we can put the camera to get some of this crazy weather.
Yeah.
Because like it's short nights because you're in winter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, short nights? Short days.
Short days, isn't it?
But I think we've had the shortest day of the year already. That was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, right.
So now you start to...
Yeah, it's getting dark at like 5:30. So...
Yeah.
Yeah. It's normal.
But I think it's now getting brighter earlier. Like, it's only by like 2 minutes, but it makes a big difference. Anyway, very off track.
Cool. Yeah, no. Look forward to that.
So even though I feel that there's been challenges and there's challenges of winter and lots of people have, there's been some inspiration in your world. You're working on a bit of a...
Yeah, so I guess,
I like how I'm trying to not say
I don't want to give away too much. But, we've got we're sitting on a very, very fun and exciting concept, that could speak to a lot of demographic audiences, and be useful in a very fun way and useful in a very serious tone way as well. So, still working that out, and just wanted to mention that this is a bit of a challenge time for us and myself to sort of work on what that looks like in a capacity of a pitch deck, to then be able to put it in front of to pitch it properly and get funding basically to get it off the ground. It's something that we could just whip something together ourselves and just go ahead and do it, but I think that would be a poor choice from a business perspective, because I do believe that it's something that
it could have impact. So we could do it, and we could do it well. I think that's the other thing. And
well, I'm not saying we're not going to do it, but I'm also at that pinnacle point where. And which, doing part of the pitch deck is going to help me get there, where it's like, what role does Greer Films play in this? Is it, are we just delivering the concept and, or like, not just the concept, but like, obviously, yes, the concept, but then,
everything else that went with it.
This is how it all works, and this is the why, and this is the how, and this is, what it looks like, and then that's it, or is it that, and then we're the production, and then we're delivering, like we're producing it, or do we tag team someone else in, or do we hand it over to someone else? So
many options. But when you're saying, obviously from a business perspective, I think with this, this is something that I've seen you get very excited about, and your whole aura brightens up, which is so exciting to watch. But the impact that you want to give through this concept, I think that's where it's smart that, yes, we could do it all, but would it reach the biggest audience that we want to? Probably not.
Yeah.
So I think that's why it's good to see us doing it in a different way, and approaching a new thing differently. And I think that comes from all of our experience that we've had over the years and a network that we've built.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
Yeah. So stay tuned. As things progress, we'll potentially share more. Otherwise, it'll just happen, I suppose.
We'll be like,
it's going to happen. Well, my goal.
It's gonna.
My goal, if it's not this year, if it takes all that time for them to even be next year, that's no drama. Sometimes big ideas like this take a while to get to the end of the line, I suppose. So stay tuned.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, there was an absolutely almost.
I think we did let that one slip out.
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah. But I've just got something on the bottom there about if people are in, obviously we're physically in the season of winter, but we can emotionally or mentally or whatever be in seasons. So that sounds a bit weird.
Okay.
So you can be in physical winter, but your mental state can be in a place of spring. So hence why a lot of concepts and ideas can come quite freely.
Yeah.
So I would say that you're more in a place of spring, which bit jealous.
Spring mode engaged.
Yeah, so when you're in winter, when you're
internally and externally,
it's quite challenging.
Yes.
So like
is this why some people like they get those
blues
crazy that, or they're like they're even more motivated to to work out or whatever, as opposed to like me. I'm just like, it's the last thing I want to do when it's freezing. Like,
obviously, yes.
Those people are in spring mind, are they? Or summer mind,
or they're in a summer mode. Like they're in a place where, and like our internal seasons don't follow the external seasons, so it's not like you only have 3 months, or you only have 3 months there, and like you can. But you have to at some point move through all the seasons. Yeah. So for me, like a big thing has been like pruning back and making way and space for when spring comes. So hence why I did the big clean in our home office. Yeah. It wasn't actually a spring clean, even though it felt kind of like one. It's like actually it was more of a prune back because I got rid of a lot of stuff. I decluttered, and then it now makes way for spring. So just, I don't know, if anyone's listening and they're sort of struggling with feeling motivated or, because motivation only gets us so far. But if you're not feeling disciplined or you're being hard on yourself that I'm not doing what I should be doing, be a little bit kind to yourselves. Pat can probably he would testimony to the fact that I haven't been kind to myself for the last 6 weeks. But it does change. It does shift. And personally for me, I know that I'll be going back to some healthy habits such as writing out my day and planning it out. And even though, there's AI and there's Google and there's electronic ways of doing that, and it's not time efficient at all to sit down and actually write it out. I've worked out that, no, that's actually what I actually need. Yeah. It fills my cup this much, or fills you up a little bit. So doing the things that fill you is really important. And I did have a thought there, but it's just escaped me again.
You've prompted me to mention, so the other day, just on the AI and using those tools now, and
more and more.
Google, so we use Gmail or G Suite. Our emails are domain emails, but it does use the Gmail server and stuff. So we use Gmail ultimately, and it now has the AI stuff in it now, and so I had to email. I think I set up a fresh email the other day, and I had to email a client about something. And I was just like, where do I start with there was so much that needed to be said in response, and the option came up, and this was on my phone even as well. I think I was out on site, and I was like, I had a window of time to do it, and I was like, better do that. And I saw the option come up saying, I can't remember what prompt it is, but it's prompting you to say, hey, use me and I'll help you write the email. So I was like, cool, I'll give it a go. And it comes up in a little window, and you type in what your goals are of the email, and I was somewhat detailed, somewhat not, and I was extremely impressed with what it then spat back out, and even using the words of like production booking and like words I didn't even actually say, but it knew that I needed to say those things. So I was just like, wow. Send.
I'm happy with
thank you. Yeah, it was perfect.
Time efficient.
Yeah.
Well, talking about time efficient, and even though I was getting ready to wrap there, you've got a new toy. I like how you're looking at me very strange here.
We were going to talk about that, weren't we? I was a bit slow on that response.
Didn't write it down.
Yes.
So tell us about your new toy.
Well, thanks to my good friend Brenton Cox, who influenced my purchase, because he picked some up, and we were talking about behind scenes content for our socials, and we've been doing a lot of it lately, and he's been doing a lot of stuff with the 360 cameras on his camera. He's a wedding photographer predominantly, so that's it's quite useful in that world, because you're directing people a lot and that type of stuff, and we've had our eyes on that as well. But then he's like, I just bought those Ray-Ban Meta glasses, and I was like, oh yeah, the one with the Chris Hemsworth and Chris Pratt ad, where they're in the museum and they talk to the glasses, and he was like, yeah. So I'm going to start trying using those and see how those work out. And they're on sale. I'm like, are they? All right. So fast forward to the bookkeeper over here, and can we get those? And I was already downtown. Snagged them up, which is awesome. They're the sunglass version, so it's a little bit weird to wear them inside, but you get used to it. So the camera is on this side of the frame, and what a cool piece of tech those things are. Like,
that's been having so much fun.
It seems kind of strange, I suppose, but I think it seems less strange when you're wearing them and doing it. Like, I've gotten more used to it. Like when I took them over to our neighbours the other day to sort of show them while we're having a drink, and our other neighbour, an older bloke, Charlie, came over as well, and I was like, let's blow his mind. Here we go. So this gentleman's, I don't know, what is he? Maybe 80.
Oh, yeah.
Close to, or if not more.
I reckon more.
Maybe.
That's okay.
Yeah, late mid-80s.
I'm thinking Stuart's age.
Yeah, so he's an old guy. Yeah. And so I'm like, here you go, Charlie, put those on and say, say, hey, Meta, take a photo. And that's what you say to it. And you hear the sound. And it was just a little bit funny sort of watching other people use them.
Not fluently.
And thinking, well, is it strange? Like, but when I'm wearing them, it doesn't bother me. I think
it then comes down to,
because I'm already walking around with cameras and stuff, so it's
correct.
Like,
it's already in our world. But I think also it comes with the fluency of it. So you'd be like, hey, Meta, take a photo. But when you're instructing someone to do it for the first time, they'd be like, hey, Meta, take a photo. Like, it's just not fluent.
And I think at one point it didn't work because he didn't pronunciate properly. So it's like you do have to be mindful.
Very clear.
Yeah, if you do say it quickly or you say it mumbled or anything like that, you do have to be quite articulated when you say it.
Funny.
So otherwise it's just not going to work.
I miss that.
But yeah, very cool. So been wearing those.
More
I actually wore them for an entire day. Most of the 2 days during the RC Cup shoot, so I'll come back to that, and you'll see a day in the life of the 2 days, or more or less, of me wearing those and walking through the different scenes and getting the content. So yeah, it's cool. And
I think it's all about, if something sparks you, if something inspires you, to go for it. We always go on about just starting or whatever, but I really liked that Brenton reached out to you. We had already been discussing on and off for the last couple of months about behind the scenes stuff because of the wedding photographer I follow on Facebook.
I can never remember his name.
His name.
Yeah.
But even...
Sorry, mate, if you're watching it.
But you still made even though I don't remember your name, I know his content and I know the feel of his content. And to the point that he's doing something even new for wedding couples now, where he's like printing one of their photos on the day, like with just a portable printer.
God, I think I saw that like yesterday or this morning, that little thing where he's like trying to do this now, and
he signs it and he
coming
sends,
out. Yeah.
I think his name's James.
Yeah.
Is it James? Anyway, but he every time I see his content, it just sparks me to go, he like really should be looking into that 360 camera with for you guys. So, but the Ray-Bans was just a really great in between for now, and we will do more. But it's nice to see that, like, you're back to being excited to do behind the scene content.
Yeah,
any creative, we know how draining it can be to do our own our own content.
Oh, look, I wouldn't say that. Like, I have been enjoying doing it. It's just more, I'm mindful of just, I don't know, using the phone just felt fairly clunky sometimes, and I'm mindful that it's not the best quality, my camera on my phone.
Oh, because we're like 3 generations behind now.
At the same time, I've overcome that, and I've created a template more or less of how our stuff looks when I am filming it on my phone for behind scenes. So in the end, that has worked out quite well. But yeah, like, and you know, AI aside, or the technology in the sunglasses aside, they're still pretty good sunnies as well.
They're Ray-Bans.
They're great sunnies. Yeah.
No, you know why? You know why I like my Ray-Bans now. Yeah. Well, it's been great to see all the fun and culture that's happened while I haven't been here.
Yeah, so did come to the studio as well to find the board game or whatever it was on the table.
The Hughes one.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. They're doing, because there was the puzzle a couple of days prior, and they quickly finished that. Which again, I haven't contributed to any puzzles in the studio.
And they're those 3D animal puzzles where there's each puzzle piece is something random.
Is like, a shape it's not
of
actually,
something. It's not a traditional puzzle piece.
You guys do well making them. I haven't contributed to any of them. It's probably like the fifth or sixth one.
I don't know, but I do know that we're going to have to like demolish them and go again. Yeah, because we've gone through all of them, which is exciting. Like,
it's good.
It's good.
Yeah, that was the goal when you bought them, and for a while they just sat in a drawer.
They sat there for a long time. Sat there for like a year and a half, I think. Yeah. So, but no, I think I'm excited for the next month.
Yes.
Healthy habits.
Probably not much warmer weather, but you know, we'll continue to push through and hopefully not blow our power here in the middle of giant uploads of footage and things like that. So
the joys of winter.
Yeah.
No, well, thank you. See you next month. I mean, see you in 5 minutes.
See you outside of this room very soon.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks again, guys. Thanks for joining us for another chat on Caffeine and Creative. And look forward to doing it again next month.
And do we do the whole like and subscribe? Make sure you follow along.
No, if you so desire. Yeah. Listening is good enough. Thank you very much.
No, we appreciate everyone listening and reaching out, and however you do, we appreciate you all.
Totally. We'll see you soon.